In this video, we will have an introduction to the sequential circuits. Sequential circuit is basically the combination of logic and memory element. In these type of circuits, we can provide logical operation and at the same time save our output value inside a memory element. The value which we store inside the memory element is called the present state of the circuit. Up until now, all the output of different circuits that we used only depended on the input. However, in the sequential circuit, the final output is dependent on two things. The first one is external input and the second one is present state. Now, there are mainly two types of sequential circuits. The first one is synchronous circuit. In synchronous circuit, the output changes with the clock input. Clock is basically a square wave which consists of 0 and 1. We provide this clock value which is 1 and 0 sequentially in all the elements of the circuit. In the example, we can see that for each sequential circuit block, we are providing the same clock for each element. This means that all the parts of the sequential circuit are in sync with the clock. This is why we call it the synchronous circuit. Next, we have asynchronous circuit. Here, output changes without the clock input at any time. For example, in the circuit below, only first part of the sequential circuit is influenced by the clock. So this is an asynchronous circuit. One of the class of sequential circuit is multivibrator. There are three different types of multivibrator. The first one is bistable. In a bistable multivibrator, we have two stable states. The second one is monostable multivibrator, which has only one stable state. The last one is astable multivibrator, which does not have any stable state. In this lecture, we will focus on flip-flop, which is a bistable logical device. Flip-flop is basically a memory element that changes state with a clock. This means that a flip-flop can store a value indefinitely within it, or it can change the stored value based on the command that we give in the input. So suppose we want to store 0 inside the flip-flop. We just have to give the command in the input and the value 0 will be stored. We can change this stored value by providing another command inside the input. Flip-flop is dependent on the clock pulse. Clock pulse is a square wave which contains a sequence of 0 and 1. If our flip-flop is positive triggered, then whenever the clock pulse is 1, the flip-flop will turn on. And when the value of clock is 0, the flip-flop will turn off. Similarly, for a negative triggered flip-flop, when the clock pulse is 0, the flip-flop will turn on, and when the clock pulse is 1, the flip-flop will turn off. Based on the input and output of a flip-flop, it can either be active high or active low. If the input or output is enabled when the value is 1, then it is called active high. When the input or outputs are activated with 0, it is called active low. Now there can be 4 types of table for a sequential circuit. These tables are characteristics table, criteria table, excitation table, and state table. We will discuss these tables in details in our next videos. Now, we will cover 4 types of flip-flop. These are set reset flip-flop, JK flip-flop, D flip-flop, and T flip-flop. So in the next video, we will get a basic idea of these 4 types of flip-flop.